Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Economic Show. My name is Philip Edward. I like the initiative that the OYO government made. We are having issues with this Okada ban since last month in Lagos. My concern is about the economic, the implication of whatever action the government made towards any movement. How does it affect the economic as a whole? And I would like for us to look at a particular video 3 weeks ago about what the OYO government do. It was a very great initiative. I just seems to be amazed. I think let me just play the video. Yes.
Set to commence residential registration for motorcyclists to regulate their activities. Commissioner for Information disclosed this after a stakeholders meeting held with the leadership of the motorcyclists in the state. Okada Riders has more.
The Lagos State government recently imposed a fresh ban on commercial motorcycles
3 months ago,
popularly known as
or 2 months
Okada,
ago,
from operating in 6 local government areas. This was to curtail the nefarious activities perpetrated through this means of transportation, as well as control the influx of intruders into the state. But in Oyo State, at this meeting held with the stakeholders and leadership of the motorcycle riders, the government says it would not toll that path. Rather, it would regulate their activities through the ongoing residential registration.
After that, they will be given the ID card and the jacket. That jacket will serve as an identity, and it will help the security agencies and the traffic officials to differentiate those who are registered from those who fail to register.
I think the resident registration exercise is very...
This guy is very young. Adebayo Akande, the special advisor ICT to the governor, Seyi Makinde. The guy is very, very young. This is what I'm talking about, putting young people in government.
Accurate data. On behalf of all other association leaders in Oyo State, I agree with every move of the government, because Governor Seyi Makinde has been taking responsibilities. He's not a leader that denies responsibility.
We met with the Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning, who says the initiative was to ensure the safety of lives and property through database.
As part of the security aspect, if anything happens somewhere, just take the fingerprint, take it to the biometrics, and bring out the details of the people that have actually committed such crime. So we are trying to be ahead of any other form of criminality in the states, and that's why Governor Seyi Makinde said that, okay, let's have the residency registration of all the residents of Oyo State.
This latest development is part of the state concerted effort to ensure the security of life and property in the state. It will also regulate the influx of motorcycle riders into the state. Okada Riders, TVC News, Ibadan.
Look, that was a great initiative. Last month or 2 months ago, when they were trying to enforce to ban the Okada Riders, this is what they call panic fear among the cyclists. So immediately they had an influx to Oyo State. But what a great initiative by Seyi Makinde, excellent initiative. Using data, capturing and database to register people and differentiate them from other Okadas. There's a piece of information that I want to read in terms of the implication of how does this affect the economic, and he said something that is very pertinent. If you read something here, he said more than 5,000 commercial motorcycles have been captured in the database, and the registration was ongoing. If you want that any commercial motorcycle that failed to register will face the wrath of the law, as Oyo State Road Transport Management Agency has been directed to apprehend violators. Now, if you read something he said here, he said, according to our governor, we are a government that depends on data, science and logic. We don't just want to take decision without first critically examining it, looking at the empirically, We all know that Okada business is a means of livelihood for some of our people. If we ban it outrightly, it will fit a lot of household income. I'm talking about disposal income. It will affect a lot of household income and businesses. You know, this governor is someone that thinks strategically, that's had an initiative and is executing or implementing it. Any government that just comes up, whether it's state government or federal government, and make a decision, they have to first critically examine it logically and knowing how it's going to affect the economy. You see, these transportations or these people or these bike people, if it was banned, do you know the insecurity that will happen? You know about the insecurity, how it's going to affect the economic. Talk about the service sector. Do you know how many of these Okada riders empowers the service sectors, just as the logistic companies and small businesses that do delivery to people's home? Imagine that being banned, you know, and what will happen to these small businesses? You know, it will really affect a lot of disposable incomes of the people or startup of the businesses. So, and if you see this young guy that is acting as a special advisor to the governor on or database management, he's a very young guy and has really implemented stuff that make sure that will be effective. Any action made by the government is going to affect the economic, is going to affect its people, it's going to affect the citizens. And I've said this over and over again. Before any decision is made, they must be critically analyzed to see how it's going to affect the economy. I won't say that even the real estate industry will be affected. Imagine you're banning this Okada Riders. How will people be moving from inside of the road or their estate to the road? And it will have, in the long term, real estate developers will not be building houses inside. They'll be building it outside, you know, outside the road, and real estate will be expensive and people cannot afford it, so it will affect people generally. So I love the initiative that the OYO state government, I think other states, if they are totally independent from the federal states, they should be autonomy to do their own initiative and their own ideas and innovation. I mean, kudos to Seyi Makinde, and I think he has really shown an example that what decision should not be made without critical evaluation. We show that is concerned about the economic, because the economic is very, very, very important to the normal human beings that live their day-to-day living, or their source of income. See you next time in my next episode. Peace out.